If you didn't buy Starbucks coffee every day during your working years, you would have saved up nearly $400,000 by the time you retired, just by not buying overpriced and overhyped coffee. They sell a cup of coffee on average for $6 when it can cost you just a fraction of the price to make it at home. You could make a cup of coffee for yourself just for 60 cents, a tenth of the price you would pay at Starbucks. If you had to buy a cup of coffee from Starbucks for 7 days a week for 50 weeks, you are looking to spend over $2,000 for the year just on coffee. And that's not including any food you buy from them. My suggestion to mitigate this problem would be to get into the habit of making your own cup of coffee from home. It may not taste as good as Starbucks initially, but once you get accustomed to it and practice making it, it will be better for both your health and your wallet. And if you prefer having your coffee on the go, then use a flask. A $6 cup of coffee for 30 days a month will equate to $180 per month. And if you invest $180 per month for 30 years into the S&P 500, which on average generates a return of 10% per annum, you will have saved up a massive $374,000, which would be a massive help on your retirement funds. Number 2 is always buying the latest technology when you don't really need it. The big companies that are trying to get you to regularly buying their products have an enormous budget, so I understand it's difficult to stay away from the buzz and excitement they bring towards their new product. Companies such as Apple and Samsung release new phones every year with the hopes of getting people to upgrade. Samsung's S-range phones just from one year to the next rarely have major changes to them, so there's no real need to want to have the latest model. Don't fall into the trap of feeling that you need to have the latest phone and gadgets just to stand out or show off, because in the long run, that will affect your goal of achieving financial freedom sooner. Only upgrade phones or any technology when you really feel your current phone is giving you problems or if it's affecting you in being more efficient. Before we move on to number 3, if you have liked this content thus far, then please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Number 3 is buying things while it's on sale. There's a difference between buying something while it's on sale versus buying something because it's on sale. If you're buying something just because it's on sale, this means you have fallen for that company's trap. Even though companies put items on sale, they are still generating a profit from the sale. By using a high-low pricing strategy, companies mark up a product when they first bring it into the store or during high demand periods so that the price tag reflects an inflated price. Then they systematically use sales, discounts, and coupons to attract people's attention to increase purchases. They believe that people will compare the price to the other items not on sale and buy it, without realizing that the sale price is merely a perception. One way to combat this is to follow the 24-hour rule, which states that if you find a product that you really like, you need to wait at least 24 hours before making the purchase. This will help you think through the decision by giving yourself time to cool off from the excitement of seeing the sale. Another rule to follow is the list rule, which states to keep a list on your phone of all the items which you feel that you need. And when you see sales, you should only buy the item if it's on your list. When you do see the sale of the item you would like to purchase, Google the item and see what the price are at other stores so that you don't fall for the company's high-low pricing strategy. Number 4 is fast fashion. Stop buying cheap products which are designed to be only kept for a few months. Not only is this terrible for the environment, but it's not great for your money either. I used to buy a lot of clothing which was extremely cheap, but the quality of the product just wasn't there. So after a couple of washes, I couldn't wear them because of how stretched and how dull they became. You are much better off buying clothing which are reasonably priced, which will last you a much longer time. Of course, here I'm not referring to your Gucci's or your Louis Vuittons. I am referring to H&M's and your Uniqlo's. Also, I noticed that on a regular basis, I only wear about 20% of the clothes that I have, so I would recommend trying to keep your wardrobe to a minimum. It will allow your personal space to feel less cluttered, and you will save on time and money by having fewer clothes and shoes, because the decision you take on a daily basis on what to wear will become simpler and faster. Number 5, stop spending too much money on beauty products. That $200 haircut that you're getting, you could get that same haircut for a tenth of the price. The beauty industry is one of the most profitable industries out there. These companies are making an absolute killing from you buying their expensive products. You are much better off keeping things simple and getting more more affordable products. Have a look at this image, which shows the results of a study done in 2019. Companies in the beauty industry have a profit margin far higher than most other companies. And at number 6, we have luxury brands. The main reason why they are overpriced is not because their product is better than a mid-tier product, but rather because of their brand name. Brands take years to build up, and once they do, they charge a fortune for their product just because they can. The quality you get from Gucci or Louis Vuitton versus the quality you would get from a mid-tier clothing brand such as Marks & Spencer's or Uniqlo does not justify the enormous price difference that these expensive brands charge their customers. According to some modern behavioral psychology studies, many consumers who buy luxury goods are not in a financial position to afford them. The proof may be in the high rates of consumer debt not only in America but the rest of the world too. Total credit card debt as for the fourth quarter of 2024 was over $1.2 trillion. Depending on how you look at this, it may be evident that many Americans don't always act in their best financial interest. If you can afford it without getting into any debt or affecting your time it's going to take to become financially free, then by all means buy the product. Next on this list is to not put money into things which you don't understand or don't have any clue about. Now, everyone knows about cryptocurrency, but very few people know the details about any specific coins. Many people have been known to gamble their entire life savings on cryptocurrencies. There have been many people who have sold their homes in order to buy hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency coins which they don't even know the details about. They buy right at the top, and when there is a retracement or a correction in the price of the coin, then they panic and sell all their positions, or they buy meme coins and hold it for a long period of time only for the coin to completely lose its value. People have lost their life savings and their peace and sanity by putting their money into things they have no understanding of. When it comes to risky investments, the mindset you should have is to only put the amount of money in which you are comfortable losing. If you really feel the need to invest into cryptocurrencies, then stick with the big two of Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you want to remain safe, then only put your money into index funds, which is the best, safest and easiest form of investment for 99% of people out there. If you want more details on this, then have a look at my video about index funds up here on the cards, or find a link to the video in the description box below. Last on this list is online shopping. In the day and age that we currently living, it's impossible to live without online shopping. The convenience of having something delivered straight to your door is too good to pass up, and businesses selling their products know this. They advertise in such a way that it makes you want to instantly purchase the product. Research done by Statista found that 37% of consumers in the United States said that they are more likely to make impulse purchases online than in a physical store. And to top it off, companies offer free delivery on these products because more than 50% of the people who purchase the products online do it because of the free delivery service. Yes, I understand that saving time by not going into the physical store is a massive attraction, but you need to be honest with yourself when making these online purchases. You should not be making these purchases just for the sake of it. To combat this, you should follow the 24-hour waiting rule for online purchases too. Make sure you give yourself enough time to cool down from the excitement of seeing a great deal online. Your future self will thank you for it. Now, I did not put this video up to discourage you from buying things outright. I still do feel you need to enjoy your life and purchase the things that really make you happy. This is different for each individual. You need to figure out what kind of purchases are really important for your long-term joy. For me personally, it would be to travel. I find a lot of joy from visiting and experiencing other cultures from around the world, but for you, it could be something else. Well, there you have it, everyone. Those are the 8 items I stopped buying to save more money. Are there any items you stopped buying? Share your experiences down in the comment section below. If you have liked this video, then please consider liking and subscribing to my channel.